Welcome everyone to another quickie episode of the Wrestling Underground podcast. We are me, Chad Porto, coming here. Recording this while Impact is on. If you guys want to know our thoughts on Impact, you're going to have to wait till Monday, because obviously that's when we do Making an Impact live on twitch.tv/RealNerdCorp. On Sunday after Hell in a Cell, Marcus and I will be back for the full-length version of Making an Impact. Not the wrong show. We'll be back for the full-length rendition of the Wrestling Underground podcast. We'll talk Hell in a Cell. We'll update you guys on all things wrestling news. But considering the timeliness of this and the fact that Sunday is going to be a long show already, I figured it's best to cover this now on my own while we can. Basically, I'll break down each segment on SmackDown and give you my thoughts. It's been a long time since I've sat through a WWE show from start to finish, and it was still just as hard. So, first and foremost, we have to talk about the fact that apparently the McMahons... I missed the first 5 minutes, but the McMahon showed up, so whatever. Then we got Becky Lynch, The Rock, and Baron Corbin doing a segment, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a Becky Lynch fan. I find her to be exhausting. And basically the only reason to tune in for the opening segment was to see The Rock. And when Becky Lynch is basically stealing all of The Rock's stuff, it's dumb. Like, why do I want to hear someone else do The Rock's catchphrases? Like, I'm not here for that. This is dumb. Baron Corbin just got absolutely destroyed in an opportunity to change the entire paradigm on how they book things. You could have had Baron Corbin go bare knuckle boxing on The Rock's face and leave him a bloody mess, putting Baron Corbin over like never before, but instead he gets jobbed out to a chick who's, 3.5 feet shorter than he is. It's fucking stupid. And if you think the booking gets better after this, it doesn't. Then we get a 35-hour-long match with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus the Boss and Hug Connection. Is that really what they're going by? God, this is fucking dumb. It was a bad match. Overly convoluted, fucking long, unnecessary. Here's what I need wrestling fans to start to get. You don't need 20 minutes to do a match on TV. You don't, especially when it's a match we've seen 1,000 times before. This was a bad, boring, unbearably long match. Fail. I don't even remember who wins. It says Lynch and Flair. It's bad. I fucking hate it. Then we got Erin Andrews. She's interviewing the New Day. And I tweeted out at this moment, Kofi's getting squashed. Will it be foreshadowing? We'll find out. So then we move on. We got Seth Rollins, whatever. He comes out and he's all like, hey, Firefly's House of Fun. Why do people like this? It was so cringeworthy. It's not even like a good, scary, spooky segment. He did like a puppet Hell in a Cell where Wrestling Rabbit died. I thought he already died. It was dumb. Am I not getting this right? Like this is dumb, right? Ugh, whatever. Seth ends up having a barely audible match with Shinsuke Nakamura. Then the Fiend comes down, and it's so bad. It's so tacky. It's so... Children aren't afraid of this. Like, him coming out with the bray head, like, that was cool. That was creepy. But it sounds like a social justice warrior freaking out on YouTube. It's like, why is this a fucking thing? This show's so bad. It's so bad. Then I have to watch Shane McMahon, who is like 102, get put through like 14 ladders just to get a pop. It was alright as far as a ladder match goes, but do I really believe that Shane McMahon is fired? Like, come on. This is why we got to talk about things like kayfabe and presenting it as a sport, because this is dumb shit. Seth Rollins, in his promo, in his little post-match segment or whatever, gets thrown off a 2.5 foot tall arena stage. It's You could literally step from the floor to the stage. It's not big. It's not like it used to be where it was like 12 feet off the ground. And he's all like, but then Shane goes through at least 2 ladders and does a coast to coast, and he still gets up to fight. This is what I mean. Like, this is like their entire methodology, their entire idea of suspending disbelief is fucking broken. They have a 2.5 foot tall stage and a 12-foot drop from the ring through a table, and it's like, wait, I'm supposed to believe Shane can get up after that hellacious elbow, but Seth Rollins can't? Like, are you serious? I paused for a second. Johnny Swinger's about to have a wrestling match in 2019, so that's a thing. So, yeah, it was dumb. Kevin Owens wins. Shane gets sent home. Whatever. We then get a 10-man tag featuring Styles, Ziggler, Orton, Rude versus Strowman, Heavy Machinery, and The Miz. I'm sorry, 8-man tag. Strowman is losing his hair. You can tell that his entire ponytail is just a giant comb over. That was funny. This match is basically just bad. I don't know why they had it. They could have easily just had a segment where Strowman and Tyson Fury get into it, which is basically the whole point of this match, was that Tyson Fury got into it with Braun Strowman. He had to get held back, and I'm 100% all for that because I want more realism in my pro wrestling. I want more combat in my pro wrestling. I don't want 35 fucking minute spot fest matches anymore. I've had it for 15 fucking years. We can stop with the spot fest matches. They're not the thing anymore. Like, just move away. Put Tyson Fury in a ring with Braun Strowman. And by the way, Tyson Fury is taller than Braun Strowman, so Braun Strowman is clearly not 7 foot tall. And just let Tyson Fury fucking pepper Braun Strowman for 5 minutes and get the win. I don't even care about if it's a good match anymore. Fuck star ratings at this point. Just fuck them. Give me a better story. Give me a more moments. Give me something more substantial that I can sink my teeth into. I don't need to see another Phoenix Splash or 450 Splash. Like, I'm good, yet you broke me. We then get a lumberjack match. It's Rowan versus Reigns. This is a dumb fucking match. Reigns wins. Apparently there's only 3 matches for Hell in a Cell, so that made me laugh. Then in the main event, and literally it is 5 seconds long. Bell rings. Kofi leaps into Brock Lesnar. Lesnar catches him, hits him with an F5. 1, 2, 3. I knew this was going to happen. If you weren't paying attention, if you don't follow us on Twitter, at NERDCORP, or our show Twitter, Wrestling Underground, at Wrestling Under G, WRESTLING, if you follow us, you know that I said that Lesnar was winning the title on SmackDown. It wasn't going to be close, and it was going to be a squash. No one should be upset about this. This was going to happen. It's like being mad that every 4 years we have an election. Not necessarily who wins, but you know every 4 years there's going to be an election. Don't be mad at the inevitable. It's going to happen. Don't be surprised. But post-match, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am 110% on board with this idea. Rey Mysterio came out, and everyone thought he was with Dominic, and I thought so too at first. But it wasn't Dominic. It was Cain Velasquez. And Cain Velasquez came down to the ring, and he was just looking to go for Brock. He takes Brock down with a double leg and starts pounding on him with some real fucking shots. I thought Brock was bleeding after he got rolled out of the ring, but he wasn't. He was literally just red-faced. So that was funny. I loved it. I'm not even going to lie. I fucking loved it. Daniel Cormier is tweeting about it. Ariel Helwani's all like, hey, if this doesn't lead to a fucking tag team title run between Kane and DC, is what the hell's even the point? And I'm like, yes, I am all about the Inokism. Sign Tyson Fury to a major contract. Sign Cain Velasquez to a major contract. And I'm pretty sure Cain Velasquez is already under a major contract, mostly because AAA had a show in LA this weekend. I believe it was this weekend, or maybe it was next weekend. And they had to cancel it. Cain Velasquez was the big drawing attraction. They're no longer running the show, and Cain Velasquez just showed up on SmackDown. So clearly, Velasquez does have some type of WWE deal in place. I have zero problems with that there, sir. Real quickly, though, two little notes that I want to touch on. Apparently, according to the rumors of the day, CM Punk has not only been offered a deal, but has agreed to show up and do this Fox show. He will be working for Fox, not the WWE, assuming this rumor has any legs. It's also being reported that despite Finn Balor now working on NXT, he's not going to be paid NXT money. And here's the important thing, folks. Everyone on NXT gets paid shit. They get paid less than six figures a year unless they're a super mega star. So Finn Balor going to the developmental territory, which, yes, it'll still be a developmental territory because they're being paid less than guys in Impact and Ring of Honor and other promotions. Balor will still be making his big-time money. Not that it matters. Did you see the ratings? Tripled in the 18 to 45 demo. Nearly doubled in millions of viewers. Like it's not even close, and it won't be close going forward. Not that Jake Hager is going to be the Jack Swagger. Is going to be the big swing for AEW, but getting Moxley back on TV in a more consistent role, yeah, that's going to help. And I mean that sincerely, not sarcastically. The other big news that I think is interesting that will definitely give us a lot to talk about on Sunday is apparently Edge is cleared to return to wrestling. That was new, and I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but I think he was getting stem cell treatment, so maybe he's ready to go. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he does return, and if he does, what will actually happen. But honestly, I think Edge should just hang him up. I don't see how this is going to be good for his neck, nor do I think he's really, I'm going to shoot with you. I thought Edge was a bad wrestler near the last 2 or 3 years of his run. He was very unimpressive. I don't know what he has left in the tank because he didn't have much when he left. So I don't know if this is the way to go, but, I know a lot of fans will be excited for Edge to return, so as long as he's healthy, I don't really have an issue with it. And apparently, WWE has been attempting to make moves for NXT Japan per the Wrestling Observer newsletter, but it's become difficult, which I'm not surprised because Noah and New Japan, and I think All Japan, are all owned by major companies in Japan. They're not going to just sit idly by while someone else comes in and destroys their territory. Brit Wrestling's dead. Well, it's dying. So it's Japan's entire onus to kill this before it becomes a thing. I'm not surprised. Fuck NXT Japan. There's plenty of wrestling in Japan without the NXT guys. And they're probably making more money than the NXT guys. Well, stop. Stop, fanboys. Stop. Overall, though, for the SmackDown debut, I would definitely give it a D. WWE title match went exactly how I thought it would. And I'm actually not even mad about the fact that it only lasted 5 seconds because Kofi's run has been bad. And there's nothing to do more at this point. You can't salvage it, so just let it die. The 8-man tag was pointless. The women's tag team match was way too fucking long. Becky Lynch burying a dude is just... A dude who's being constantly pushed is just the dumbest of things. And then you have just the most boring lumberjack match. So, overall, if it wasn't for Tyson Fury and Cain Velasquez, I wouldn't have liked the show at all. So it's a little ironic that I'm digging the show mostly because of 2 outside top stars. So there's that. We'll be back on Sunday for another edition of the Wrestling Underground podcast. Monday we'll be back for another edition of Making an Impact. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at NERDCRP and on the other Twitter account, Wrestling Under G, WRESTLINGUNDERG. Tomorrow night we're talking the Ghostbusters Sega Genesis game right here on twitch.tv/RealNerdCorp for GameCorp, our weekly gaming podcast. So be sure to tune in and check those out. I've been Chad. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again soon. Be sure to check us out at realnerdcorp.com, RealNerdCorp.com, and follow us on the Instagram at RealNerdCorp. There we go. That's all I had to say. Now you guys can be free to peruse the internet at your leisure.